Hello, how are you all? Today I am going to show you about a 1992 scam that was done in India, and Sony Live has a season based on it, so if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Sony Live. But if you subscribe to my channel, I can provide you the link of all 10 episodes, so as soon as you subscribe to my channel you will watch it because I will give you access. So let's talk about the scandal first. The 1992 Indian stock market scam was a market manipulation carried out by Harshad Shantilal Mehta with other bankers and politicians on the Bombay Stock Exchange. The scam caused significant disruption to the stock market of India, defrauding investors of over $10 million. Techniques used by Mehta involved having corrupt officials signing fake checks, misusing market loopholes, and fabrication to drive the prices of stocks up to 40 times their original price. Stock traders making good returns as a result of the scam were able to fraudulently obtain unsecured loans from banks. When the scam was discovered in April 1992, the Indian stock market collapsed, and the same banks suddenly found themselves holding millions of INR in now useless debt. In the early 90s, banks in India were not allowed to invest in the equity markets. However, they were expected to post profits and to retain a certain ratio threshold of their assets in government fixed interest bonds. Mehta squeezed capital out of the banking system to address this requirement of banks and pumped this money into the share market. He promised the banks higher rates of interest, while asking them to transfer the money into his personal account, under the guise of buying securities for them from other banks. At that time, a bank had to go through a broker to buy securities and forward bonds from other banks. Mehta used this money temporarily in his account to buy shares, hike up demand of certain shares such as that of ACC, Sterlite Industries, and Videocon dramatically, sell them off, pass on a part of the proceeds to the bank and keep the rest for himself. This resulted in stocks like ACC, which was trading in 1991 for 200 rupees per share, catapult to nearly 9,000 rupees in just 3 months. Another major instrument was the bank receipt BR. In a ready forward deal, securities were not moved back and forth in actuality. Instead, the borrower, i.e. the seller of securities, gave the buyer of the securities a BR. The BR serves as a receipt from the selling bank, and also promises that the buyer will receive the securities they have paid for at the end of the term. Having figured this out, Mehta needed banks, which could issue fake BRs, or BRs not backed by any government securities. Once these fake BRs were issued, they were passed on to other banks, and the banks in turn gave money to Mehta, plainly assuming that they were lending against government securities when this was not really the case. 7. He took the price of ACC from 200 rupees to 9,000 rupees. That was an increase of 4,400%. Since he had to book profits in the end, the day he sold was the day when the markets crashed. The scam first became apparent in late April 1992, when it became clear that Mehta was a disproportionately large investor in government securities. At the time, Mehta was doing more than a third of the total securities business in India. When the public realized that Mehta's investments were illegitimate and that his stocks were likely worthless, it set off a selling frenzy of Mehta's stocks. The banks that had loaned money to Mehta were suddenly holding hundreds of millions in unsecured loans. The combination of the selling frenzy and the fact that numerous banks been defrauded crashed the Indian stock market, with prices dropping 40% immediately. 13. Stocks eventually dropped 72%, and a bear market lasted for about 2 years. So boys, if you want videos like this in the future, do subscribe me and like the video.